Hi, I'm Jan. So what I'll be doing today is just to actually show you how do you actually determine the voltage level of a battery and what does all these numbers on the battery means. So for those who are actually keen to pick a proper battery for your own systems, you will actually have a rough ideas of what to pick and what does all this value mean. So first of all, when you look at the battery, this is actually called a LiPo battery. So LiPo actually stands for lithium polymer, and this big number here, 4.0, it actually means the amount of milliampere hours that your battery can provide. So the next thing that you have to note is the amount of discharge. So as you can see, this is actually a 25 to 50 C discharge. This actually means that your battery can actually provide you with 4 times 25 times of current. So which means 4 times 25 will give you a minimum current output of 100 amperes. So in short, this battery can actually provide you up to 100 ampere of worth of current. So the next thing that we have to look for is the amount of voltage that the battery can provide. So for this battery, if you can see over here, it actually shows the reading of 4 cell, and so a 4 cell battery can actually provide up to 14.8 volts worth of electrical power. Next what we are going to look at is the leads of the battery. As you can see, there is 2 leads over here. This longer lead over here is actually known as the discharge lead. The reason why it's called the discharge is because this is actually the main lead that will actually be plugged to your power sources, say like a multi-rotor, and this will actually be the one that is providing it with all the power. This is the discharge lead. The discharge lead will only be used during the charging process, where it's actually being used to balance all the leads of the battery. Since this is a 4S battery, naturally inside the internal architecture of the battery, there's actually 4 cells. So these leads are actually being used to balance out all the 4 cells in a battery. Next, I will go into the reading of the voltage level of the battery. So as you can see, based on the balancing leads, you can see this very prominent black wire. This black wire stands for the negative polarity. So and next on, this is called the voltage cell meter by Hobby King, and if we're to look here, this actually shows the negative polarity sign. So it's actually quite easy to prove. So the black wire will naturally goes to the negative end of the cell meter. So once it connect, so just let it load and read. And next, you can see over here that this battery is actually 95% full. So usually, if let's say we are using this kind of battery to fly a multi-rotor vehicle, usually we will charge it out to a maximum of 97% to prevent it from damaging the battery, as it is not advisable to charge it to its maximum of 100%. And during the flying process, we will actually fly the quad until the battery has reached a level of say around 50%, and that is the level where we should actually start to change the battery, because anything below 50% will actually give you kind of an inferior flying performance on your quad. And the next thing to note is that never train your battery anything below 40%, as that will actually damage the cell of your battery. And lastly, the most important thing to note is that whatever that you connect on your discharge lead, never short circuit it, as the moment you short circuit it will tend to give you a kind of explosive effect, which means that the battery will naturally explode by itself due to the high amount of current coming back to the black color ground lead. So that's all for today's tutorial on the battery. Thank you.